Hi, everyone. Well, it's late at night here in Los Angeles. The winds have subsided, and I watched a replay of the Carter state funeral in Washington today, and I was so moved by all the speakers, members of his family, especially Jason Carter, his grandson, who's apparently head of the Carter Center. Also, President Biden gave one of the chief eulogies and whatever, and in the presence of 5 presidents, including Donald Trump, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Bill Clinton, and various vice presidents like Al Gore and Mike Pence and Dan Quayle. But what was intriguing about it all is that we remember, many of us, Jimmy Carter as a so-called failed president because he was defeated by Ronald Reagan. There was just like with Joe Biden this year, a lot of inflation. In his case, it was due to an oil shortage and other situations that were going on in the Middle East. And yet, we don't remember that he was such a reformer. When he was inaugurated as governor of Georgia in 1971, he said, we must do something about civil rights. And governor of Georgia, for God's sakes. And then as president, he invigorated the office of vice president, which had pretty much been a joke before, and put his office, Walter Mondale, in the White House. And they had regular meetings, and he was apparently involved in many of the decisions of the day. He created the Department of Education. He was one of the first people to talk about climate control. He installed solar panels on the White House. He did so many other things. And he also deregulated many industries, including the airline industry, which of course lowered air tickets for so many people. But most importantly, we remember the Camp David Accords, where he brought Israel and Egypt together. It was a long session, but he got them to sign a peace treaty, which exists today. It is a forerunner of others, like with Jordan and the Abraham Accords. An interesting part was at the beginning when Gerald Ford's son, Stephen, read a eulogy for Carter that was written by his father, Gerald Ford. Apparently they'd made an agreement that whoever died first, the other would give the eulogy. And it was really wonderful how Gerald Ford just said wonderful things about the person who defeated him in a bitter election, but they became great friends afterwards. Anyway, it was a wonderful funeral, as funerals can be wonderful, and we must really remember Jimmy Carter as a wonderful president, not just a wonderful ex-president, which he was, certainly, winning the Nobel Peace Prize, but he was a really effective 4-year president. And unfortunately, circumstances went against him. But God bless Jimmy Carter.